In tonight's business, the fallout from seeking to implement measures to reduce the fiscal deficit could reduce in the creation of a social deficit. This is the view of political scientist Dr. Christina Hines-Harrison. She made the comments as one of the panelists at a discussion jointly hosted by the University of the West Indies, Department of Economics and the Barbados Economic Society. It was entitled "The Fiscal Deficit: Causes, Implications and Potential Solutions."
Although we can look at the deficit in a very technical way and say that these are things that can address the deficit, this kind of perspective may forget that in the short term, people's lives really are affected in ways that are negative. And although we may be addressing a fiscal deficit, I'm not certain if these policies are going to work or not. But assuming that they do work and all of our problems are solved, economic problems, fiscal problems, whatever, there are other problems that will be created, what I'm calling other types of deficits.
Dr. Hines-Harrison also shared her views on the potential economic impact on Barbados youth.
The unemployment rate among youth is 30% and has consistently been over the years. If we look at the last 5 years, we can see 30% youth unemployment. So what are some of the implications of addressing this deficit in the way in which it's being addressed on youth? People already talk about boys on the block and girls' gangs, and how are we able to address these types of social issues if there are other measures being put in place that are causing hardship on people in terms of their ability to get jobs?
Issues related to builders are some of the main complaints being made to the Office of Public Counsel by members of the public. This is according to Public Counsel Eli Edwards.
The office is having complaints in relation to building agreements where contractors and so on, there's an agreement to build or construct a house, and the consumer has not obtained enough information from the builders in terms of qualifications and so on, so that when the structure has been erected, there are problems. In some cases, they don't even know the contractor's full name, their door number, a cell phone number. And when that number is not available, then they ask us to do the investigations and locating these people.
Mr. Edwards therefore has some advice for members of the public who may be seeking to enter into agreements with builders.
Before any consumer agrees with any consumer to build, construct anything, they should have that information available at the fingertips, namely whether the contractor is qualified in the area, whether he's national or non-national, and that sort of thing. If in the absence of that, it means that it's difficult for us to really prove our case before the Consumer Claims Tribunal, if it goes there, because too much information important information is lacking.
Here is a look now at how stocks traded on selected exchanges across the region. Well, Barbados is receiving high praise as it continues efforts to build its reputation as a top entertainment venue in the region. It's coming from a number of international reggae artists who took part in the just concluded Digicel Reggae on the Hill show.
This stage at the Digicel Reggae on the Hill has welcomed numerous stars over the years. And in its 10th year, the organizers again arranged an attractive lineup. The Barbadian representatives included overseas-based Hotter Flames and Superfrost, Phantom Dundeel and Kenny Slim. The Jamaican lineup was a good mix, featuring sweet-singing Tassanshin, Boogle, Chronix, Jacker and Beres Hammond. This year's event attracted what has been described as one of the largest crowds on the hill to date, over 17,000 people. For Jamaican artist Boogle, It was an eye-opening experience.
I'm overwhelmed. Like, it is always a good feeling, you know. You're there in Jamaica and you sing in the studio and send your song out into the world, and then when you come out into the world, you see the people that must sing your song with you line for line. It's always a great feeling. And Barbados is not a place where Bugle really and truly come a lot, but trust me, I'm looking forward to coming here a lot. Because the love what Bugle get at Barbados, I feel like a Jamaican with it, for real. Not only from the people living in the audience, but from even the hotel where you stay, the airport, like everybody. It's a real energy.
And on stage, when you look around at the reggae on the hill, how does it compare to some of the other places or some of the other venues that you performed at?
This definitely feels to me like Europe. Yeah, because you don't have them kind of event at Jamaica will take place them time of day, yeah, because this is day. And all of the events them in Jamaica, they took place at night. So this definitely reminds me of Europe, which is something great.
How would you describe the type of music that you sing? You're conscious?
I usually describe my music as the truth, because I don't fabricate nothing to get a forward or to get a hype. Yeah, everything, if you listen to my music, everything what I say now is the truth. CBC no worry about life, but we worry about the TV8. We no worry about what gone already. What we worried about, so we're not going it. You know, see a Bugle, I'm cover the world like Google. And right now, I represent CBC TV8. Catch it. Don't tune in too late.
It isn't the Sanchez' first visit to Barbados to perform, but since she was here years ago, her life has hit a different note.
Tell me about your experience on the hill.
It was lovely. This is my first time here and I just had a ball. I cannot believe the turnout. It's a beautiful turnout, and just to see everybody here for the music and just having a good time, that's something that I think the world needs, you know, just a moment to just be together and just rock out to some good music. So I had a good time.
Zan also spoke about some of her future career plans.
I want to see myself happy. Happier, and I want to see myself successful, not just singing my music and touring, but you know, I have a passion for writing, and I'd love to start writing for other artists as well. And who knows, you know, I'm at the point now where I am working very hard to make this come true, but in 5 years, you know, I may be working very hard at other things like babies.
Now, if you had to give any advice to up-and-coming female singers, what would that advice be?
I think you should really just stay true to yourself. Stay true to yourself, decide the kind of artist you want to be, or else you'll just, you know, the world will end up choosing whatever artist they want you to be. So stay true to you and just work hard, show up and do your job like everybody else, and do your job well.
Chronix is seen as an artist for the future. The demand for his music is growing quickly.
You're reggae based and you have the other dancehall artists. What motivates you to produce the tunes that you produce?
Well, I mean, this is how I live, you know, and music should reflect who you are. You know, art is a reflection of your life.
How did the crowd feel? What was the movement like?
It was a great joy, you know. It reminded me of when I performed in Africa, and even, you know what I mean, it's just always a great honor to see how, you know, people from all over the world really accept and reach out and show them appreciation for the music, you know. So, to give thanks to Barbados. I love this place. I will be back, definitely.
I cherish every moment that you're around. I might not show it because I'm hearing all the words to say. I try to say I love you, but I get tired. I stuck your music words, failing every way. I wish you would stay longer.
And this just in, taxpayers have a few more days to file their income tax without incurring a penalty. This disclosure from Revenue Commissioner Margaret Sivers, who said that this year's tax filing period has been extended to Wednesday, May 7th. Explaining why, she said during the transition period to the Barbados Revenue Authority, there were a few days when the system was not accessible to taxpayers. In addition, there was the Easter weekend and Heroes Day when the public would not have been able to access assistance.